Amazing. It's the truth that's going to bring on the change. And if the children of the lie don't like the truth, that's on them. We don't like the lie, and they don't care. So let's just put the truth out there. The truth will overcome the lie. The light will overcome the darkness. But we got to put it out there. We have not done that. Well, most people have not done that over the last 50 years or so. And now the children of the lie are having a hissy fit. Esther, a first-time caller out of Arizona. Esther, welcome to the show. Thanks for calling.
Thank you. I love you, Pastor Peterson, and I agree with most everything you've got to say.
Thank you.
But the reason I'm calling is because you said that if I'm of Hispanic origin and I'm bilingual. I was born and raised and educated in the United States. But you made a comment and you said that if black people were hired to do the digging of ditches and construction work and scrubbing floors and all this and that, they would do it. But I beg to differ because Hispanics are known for their hard-working ethic, and Hispanics will do anything to make a living. And this is why Hispanics, cook the food and scrub the toilets and, like I said, dig the ditches, because they'll do anything. And I know this is going to make people angry, but Anglo people and black people will not do that. Even if you were to pay them higher wages, they won't do it because it's below them. And a point I'll make is that, people, when a black person moves into an upscale neighborhood, people assume that person must be an athlete, and this is why he's come to live in an upscale neighborhood. But then they come to find that person is not an athlete but a drug dealer. So anyway, I beg to differ on that. It's just that I know, as a Hispanic, that we're very hardworking people. And this is why when you see people lined up at these day camps and people pick up the Hispanic person to work, it's because they know that they're going to get their money's worth and beyond, because Hispanic people will go above and beyond to give you an excellent job. Whereas I think a lot of Anglo people and black people will only give you so much and expect top wages. They know how to finagle the system. They know that let's just get by with doing whatever we can and diddle-daddle and make as much money as we can. Whereas a Hispanic, we give you top-notch work. We don't compromise. We have very high values. And so anyway, this is the point I wanted to make. And another thing I wanted to tell you.
Let me respond to that, and then I'll let you make your other point.
Okay.
Where you're wrong is if they took away welfare, the government support, black people will do those jobs. If the illegals were not here doing those jobs for less,
well, I'm not.
Let me finish. Okay. And I'll let. I was quiet. I want you to get the whole thing out.
Okay.
If you got rid of the illegal aliens and the wages went up, and there was no government to rely on to take care of the folks, they will go out and do the jobs. They'll work the fields, they will work the construction sites. It's just absolutely not true that black Americans will not do those jobs. And on the street corners or at wherever they pick up these folks to go to work, I know 100% for a fact that employers are picking up day laborers because of low wages. They're not picking them up and paying them buku money. I know that for a fact.
Well, I know that too.
The third thing is I would mention after I come back from the break. Will you hold for me?
Yes.
Okay, let me take a break. When I come back, I want to respond to the third thing you said right after this break. You're wrong in that blacks and whites won't do those jobs. If the wages were fair, they will do the jobs. It's just that the illegals are taking over, so the employers prefer to pay low wages, so they're hiring the illegals. And
Well,
as far
Jesse,
as blacks who are moving into nice neighborhood, most of them are not drug dealers.
I know that, Jesse.
I know,
that's
but you
the
said
point
that.
I'm trying to make.
No, hold on. But you said that when they move in, the people assume that they're basketball players or sports players, and then they find out they're drug dealers. That's not true. You can't. That does happen once in a while, but most of them are doing well financially, especially those in sports, and they tend to move into the nice neighborhoods. The other thing is what I've discovered, and I had so many people to tell me, Hispanics, not all, they pretend to be hard workers. They'll
They
show
don't
up.
pretend they are.
No,
Jesse.
hold on. Listen to me.
I can tell you because
Esther,
Esther,
listen.
Pastor Jesse,
Esther.
I believe in the wall. Yes, I.
Esther, hold on. We don't want to do the wall thing. Hold on. Let me finish. They show up, and not all Hispanic, but most are very dishonest. They cut corners, and they steal from you. It doesn't matter how much money you pay them. They go back and they steal. I've seen it over and over and over with Hispanics on whom I hired. I've had so many people to tell me on construction sites that they tend to go back at night and steal the equipment, and then they go, "Oh, senor, no, senor, it's just not true."
Well, I find that insulting.
No, but it's true though.
That characterized. I can't get the word out, but I find that insulting because that's not the way we speak.
But that's
You know,
reality.
It's not the reality.
No,
not
they
all
pretend.
Hispanics speak like that, Pastor.
Oh, well, I'm not
Peterson,
speaking Spanish, correct? You're
but
right
you're
about.
going senor, like you're imitating, like. I'm sorry, and
No,
the
they
thing
do
about
go
it,
like
yes, Pastor,
Let me show you how they do it. Hold on. Like when you're making a deal with them, and I also noticed that they try to overprice everything, pretending that they're doing giving you a good price. Can you hold
stereotyping?
Esther?
That's not true.
But you said the
thing
blacks
is,
are drug dealers.
Hispanic, Jesse.
Hold on,
And
Esther.
the thing is, I'm
Esther,
very-
hold on. Can you hold on for me? I need to take a break.
No, I can't any further.
Oh, but you're wrong in what you're saying. I just want you to know that.
No, I'm not. You're not completely right, and I'm not completely right.
Well, I'm completely
You're not
right.
completely wrong, and I'm not completely
No,
wrong.
I'm right in what I'm telling you.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not. Because
Yes, I am.
live in Arizona,
No,
and I
but
see it, and
Hispanics
I'm
are pretending.
Hispanic.
Hold on. Back in a moment. The lines are smoking. I'm talking to Esther from a first-time call out of Arizona. Called in earlier in the second hour today. She was telling me that, in short, that Hispanics are good workers, and if there were no Hispanics working the fields and the construction sites, that the blacks and whites won't do it. It's beneath them. But I disagree with her, and that if the wages went up, and they would if we got rid of the illegal aliens, then the blacks and the whites would do those jobs. And so, Esther, you still there?
Yes.
And so what I was saying, Esther, you said that the Hispanics are hard workers. There are some, like with any group, there are some. But my experience and what I've been hearing from others, Hispanics are pretending to be hard workers. They're not. They cut corners. They try to rip you off. And then they'll steal from you even while you're paying them the salary that agreed upon. So they're not as wonderful as Americans once thought that they were.
Well, the thing is, I'm not an illegal alien. I was born and raised and educated in this country.
Right.
And every job I've ever held, I've always applied myself to that job, and I went above and beyond.
Well, I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about.
The thing is, and
that's why I say not all, but most.
I'm all in favor of having that wall built.
Yeah.
I'm all in favor. I'm not in favor of illegal people doing the jobs. I agree with that.
Yes.
The argument that I'm making is that Hispanics are very hard workers.
It's not true.
And it is true.
No,
I'm
I used to
speaking
think
as
that.
as a Hispanic.
But I'm not
know
talking
that.
about you. You might, and not all, I'm sure there are some hard-working Hispanics, but most of them, they put on a front. And then,
Well,
you know,
that can happen with everyone, Pastor,
I know,
not
but
just Hispanic.
I know, but we're talking about Hispanic. You're saying that.
Why is it that it's so hard? If the people say it's so hard to find good workers nowadays, because it cuts across all ethnicities,
Including Hispanics, right?
Employers are saying we can't find good employees anymore.
Right.
Why is it? Because the strong work ethic is disappearing. People want
That's right.
top wages, but they don't want to apply themselves. And what I'm saying
I know, but you
is that
gave the impression when you first called in, you gave the impression that Hispanics are good, hard-working people.
We are.
Not all. They're not.
Well,
I'm telling you.
The ones I've known.
Well, the ones I've known.
I've never known a lazy Hispanic. I never have. Well, I haven't, and they're my people.
But
and
listen,
I'm not talking about the illegal aliens. I'm talking about people who were born and educated
I am too.
in this country.
Here's what they do, Esther. James, get the phone. Here's what they do. They put on a front. Oh,
but
senor.
I didn't put up a front.
I know,
and
not
all
you.
The people, no,
not you, Esther.
Pastor,
hold on, Esther. Esther, hold on. I'm going to let you speak. I gave you ample amount of time.
I understand.
Hold on. What they do is when they come out to make a deal with you, they sound so nice, the men and the women. Oh, senor, what do you need? Si, senor, good work. And they agree.
And
but
I find that insulting.
Right.
The way
you're
characterizing people.
What do you mean?
They don't all speak
but
that way. You see, this is why you give Hispanics a bad name.
No.
Yes, you do. Because
but you call them drug dealers. You call black people drug dealers.
Not all.
Well, that's my point.
We're not. We're not all. We're not all lazy, like with those sombreros and taking our naps, and we're
but
not
you
that
do
way at
agree.
all.
You do agree that most of them they steal and lie and pretend,
no,
right?
I won't agree with that.
Why not?
No, I won't. Yes, there's crooked people in every ethnicity, in every race.
You know,
there's
another
good
thing
and
they
bad.
do.
You cannot paint the entire race as being underhanded. And besides being a Hispanic,
why are you identifying with your race? You're an American.
I identify because that's my ethnicity.
No,
that's
you are
where
American.
my roots are.
No.
And the thing is, I see Hispanics as being beautiful people. They bring a lot to this world.
No.
They bring a lot to this country.
Not true.
And I'm not promoting illegal aliens. Don't get me wrong. I'm not promoting that.
I understand.
What I'm promoting is a strong work ethic. And that's what we as Hispanics have.
No,
and
not
if
true.
there's anything that I want you to know, what do you mean it's not true?
Let me tell you
I'm
why.
one speaking to you, and I'm one.
I know that. Well, we're not talking about you, but there
But
are.
I'm talking about all my fellow friends and my co-workers
Let me tell you,
and everybody
Esther,
I've ever known on this earth.
Esther,
They've
calm
been
down.
just like me. They're
Esther.
not liars.
Esther.
They're not stealers. They're not taking a nap with a sombrero on their heads and speaking, oh, senor. We're not that way at all.
Let me tell you what I, from experience and from what I've heard over the years from so many people, the housekeepers, the Hispanic, not all.
I agree.
So
and you're
listen,
saying it yourself. Not all. There's good and bad in everybody.
Esther, why don't you hold on for me? Let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
Why I want you to be quiet? Why you keep interrupting?
I'm sorry, I'm not interrupting. The thing is, you're cutting close to my nerves. I mean, the thing is, we're talking about me. You're talking about my people.
But those are not your people.
They are my people.
No, your
That's
people.
That's where my roots are. That's where I came from.
But listen to me. Be quiet. Let me finish, and then I'll let you make your point. I've known so many cases over the last 20-something years, and this is from black people and white people who have hired Hispanics, housekeepers, and gardeners. I know so many cases where the gardeners take the paycheck every month, but they steal the tools. They steal the equipment. I had a couple of gardeners who stole tools from my backyard, and then you ask them about it. Oh no, senor, I've not seen
And
it.
you continue with
it
that
wasn't
no
there.
senor part.
But and listen to this. I know so many cases where Hispanic housekeepers have been hired, and they come in with big bags on their shoulders, and when they leave, those bags are filled with foods and detergent and all kind of stuff. So they steal from
But
you
you are
while
painting a
working.
bad picture, Pastor.
It's a true
for
picture.
someone who talks about love and not color and looking at people for the character and not the color. That's stereotyping. You are painting a broad picture there.
But-
you are not painting a good picture.
Okay, so
There
let
is
me
good
ask.
and bad in every culture.
That's
There's
right.
good and bad in every color.
So
Not
let-
like, and you yourself keep saying it. Not all, not all, not all.
Right, but let
and
me
I'm
ask.
and I'm not calling to spread hate.
Right.
I'm a Christian. You know, I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. And you know, I agree with most of everything you've got to say. But on this issue about all Hispanics being out there
didn't say
being
all.
crooks,
I didn't
that
say
is
all.
not true.
I did not say all. You're not being honest.
You're
I did.
saying okay. You're saying not all, not all, not all.
Right.
I agree with you.
So let me ask:
Okay.
when you said that, when people think that the blacks who are moving into these nice neighborhoods are basketball players and stuff with a lot of money, and then they find out that they're drug dealers, were you stereotyping?
No, I wasn't stereotyping. I'm
So
just giving you
why-
an example of what happened here in Arizona.
And that's
it
what
was on
I've
the
done.
news.
And that's what I've done. I've given you examples of what happened here in Los Angeles.
Well, the thing is, I still stand with what I've told you.
Right.
I believe in Hispanic people. And if they're, I'm not promoting illegal aliens. I'm not. I want them to come into this country the same way my parents came in, legally.
But do you agree that some Hispanics steal from you and they don't work as hard?
I'll agree with some, but not any that I have known.
Well-
I have always dealt with upstanding people. The people I have known in my life have always been good, honest, hardworking
How do you know
people.
they're not stealing?
I know that.
How do you know?
I know that.
How?
They're Christian people.
Oh,
I know that not all
God,
Christian
those
people.
are the worst kind.
Oh, that's not true.
Yeah,
the thing is,
let me like,
no.
Senor, I love the Lord, Senor. I'm a Catholic.
Please stop that. I find that insulting, that senor thing. If I were to
It's
start
a senor-
speaking like a black person
It's
speaks,
senor mean
you,
Mexican,
you
right?
find it insulting, too.
But
that is
doesn't-
offensive, Pastor.
But they
For
say-
someone who says he spreads love, that is not right.
But let
You're
me
not
ask.
doing the right thing.
Esther. So when they say Senor to me, are they being offensive?
No, because that's the way they speak. But what
So-
I'm trying to tell you, we're assimilating also.
I know,
We're-
but why
because
do you
we
say
are American.
why do you say it's offensive when I say Senor?
Well, I find it offensive.
Why?
Because of the way you say it.
How do
If
I
you
say it?
Look, if
How do
you
I say it?
Pastor,
I don't know
if you were to
Spanish.
say
I'm saying it the best
senor,
way I can say it.
Say
Senor.
it respectfully.
How? Tell me. Let me hear you say it.
Okay, Pastor. I
That-
say senor. Senor. I
okay,
would say
senor.
senor. I wouldn't say senor. I would, like the comics on TV.
Oh, I got
wouldn't
you.
say senor. I would say senor.
Oh,
the
I
proper
see.
way.
Thank you, Esther. I appreciate that. Call
So,
me again.
Pastor, I have another comment to make.
All right, hold on. Back in a moment. I want to go quickly back to Esther, first time call. Esther, you wanted to make another point.
And this is the last thing I'll say, Pastor.
You can call me Jesse, Esther.
Okay. The thing is, the other day you had a, another comment I wanted to make was about a year ago, 2 years ago, I was watching this program on TV about some orchestra that had been made from junk. They were some poor students in Mexico, I believe, and they made an orchestra out of junk. And it was a wonderful, beautiful orchestra. They played beautiful music. And the point is that this is how hardworking Hispanic people are. They came up with this, they had nothing, and they wanted an orchestra, and they built it out of junk. And it turned out, just like the Bible says, God turns ashes into beauty, and this is exactly what these people did. And the point I'm trying to make is this is how hardworking Hispanic people are.
But
They'll
Esther,
turn beauty from ashes.
Esther, you can find that in any culture. There are some hardworking blacks, whites, and others as well.
Yes, but
why do you say that Hispanics are hardworking, but blacks and whites are lazy?
I didn't say they're lazy. I'm just saying to you that they want the high-paying job. And I've heard this said from other people, not just me, Pastor. And I know you said for me to call you Justy. But the thing is, I've heard this said from other people that black people and Anglo people want top-paying wages. They won't take the low-paying jobs. And
do you blame them?
No, I don't blame them. But the thing is, this is why you've got illegal aliens. And again, I'm not promoting
that's not
illegal
why we
aliens.
have. The reason we have
they do them because they'll do it because they need to support themselves.
No, they do it because the workers want cheap labor. They don't want to pay the American citizens. That's why we have to get rid of the illegals. And then
in
the
order
wages,
to pay higher wages,
right?
I understand.
Because when you work, you want to work to earn a living, and you don't want some other group who are willing to work for less to keep you down like that.
Okay.
But
the
you
last
said
point I wanted
you
to make,
said that you seem to think less. Oh, let me ask. You said you're a Christian, right?
Yes.
Why do you, if you are a child of God, why do you identify with the Mexican culture?
Because that's my ethnicity. Because that's my culture. Everybody
but
takes
you are
pride
an
in their
American.
culture.
You are an American,
Pastor,
and you are a Christian.
But my ethnicity, I'm an American of Mexican descent.
Why don't you let that go, though?
Why? Because do Italians let go of theirs?
But that doesn't make it right.
But the thing is, we're proud of it.
They should, but you're not.
Mexican food wouldn't be around if we weren't proud of our
But
ethnicity.
you're not supposed to be proud of that.
Italian food wouldn't be around if Italians weren't proud of their ethnicity.
But how can you be a Christian? How can you be a Christian?
I'm a Christian, yes, I am,
but
and I'm very proud of it.
Not if you identify with the Mexican culture. Your identity should be only with God.
Yes, it is, and with America.
No. You're with the Mexican culture, too.
It's the most important thing in my life is to be a Christian.
But then let all the other stuff go, then.
I'm not, the thing is, I'm just saying to you that this leads to the other
But not Marie, but Esther, listen.
This is the last thing
I know, but let me finish.
You.
Hold on.
Yes.
Where you're going wrong is like what most Christians do, especially Christians of color. They say they believe in God.
I don't say that I'm of color either. You see, that's another stereotyping.
Esther, hold on. I'm going to put Esther on hold. Esther, what most Christians are doing, they say they believe in God, but yet they identify with their culture. Christ came that we should overcome culture, overcome the world, and only identify with the nature of God. And so if you identify with your culture, you're not of God. What do you say?
There were all kinds of cultures in the Bible.
But you're supposed to identify with it.
I disagree with you, Pastor.
Why?
Yes, it's of foremost importance is that I'm a Christian, yes. But the thing is, I'm not ashamed that I am of Hispanic descent.
But did you know that in Christ there is neither Jew nor Gentile?
I agree.
So then if you believe in him and you of him, why are you Mexican?
I'm not saying I'm Mexican, Pastor. I never said I was Mexican. But you
identify, you say you
identify. I said I was American of Mexican descent.
But you identify with your culture. You say you identify with your culture.
Before we have to go to break again, the last point I want to make is the other day you had a lady that said that she was of German descent. And she said that her grandson or one of the latest relatives said that when he came to America that he was American and let the German language go, and that he was American and he was going to speak English. But Pastor, I disagree with that too, because the thing is, I'm bilingual. I speak English and Spanish.
But in America, it's English first.
Pastor,
in America, it's English only.
I'm very proficient in the English language, much less in the Spanish.
But that doesn't mean anything if
but
you're
I'm
a Christian.
bilingual. And the thing about it, Pastor...
Esther, you're wrong.
Power...
You're wrong, Esther.
Knowledge is power.
No,
and
it's
the
not.
more we know, the better off we are.
Knowledge
Look at
is
Melania
not power.
Trump.
Esther,
Listen,
Esther,
Melania
knowledge
Trump
is not power,
speaks, what,
Esther.
5 languages? She speaks
Esther,
5 languages.
Doesn't mean
Pastor.
a thing. Knowledge is not power. The love
yes,
of
it is.
no, the
knowing
love
the
of,
Bible is power.
The love,
it teaches
no,
us
it's
how
not.
to live.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Right, it's our instruction manual.
Esther.
You look, Pastor, that's how I came to know.
Oh, no. Esther, cut it out. Esther.
Lord, I can't believe you just plopped us on this earth and
Esther.
told us to have at it.
Esther, I got to go.
You know, if you want to learn to drive, there's
Goodbye.
the driver's manual.
Bye, Esther.
If you want to learn to
Thank you
cook,
for
there's
calling
a
me.
cookbook. And I
Esther.
thought, you know, there's got to be a manual to teach us how to live, and it's the Bible.
Esther.
Yes.
Esther, calm down. Take a breath. Smoke a
Pastor,
cigarette.
you know there's a lot of truth in what I'm saying.
Hold on,
to you.
Esther. Esther, hold on. Hold on.
I'm not going to hold any more, Pastor.
And let me tell you this.
I
You cannot be of God and be of culture. You cannot be of God and think that knowledge is power. You cannot be of God and identify with the world. You're wrong about that.
I'm not identifying
Yes,
with
you
the
are.
world. No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
God made me who I am.
No,
he
he
made
didn't.
me female. He made me Hispanic.
No, he
made
didn't.
me a Christian. Those are all things I identify
Thank you, Esther.
with.
Thank
If
you, Esther. I gotta go. Her voice hurt in my ears. Literally, it hurt my. I hear a siren going by. A nice lady, though. She means well, but she's wrong. You cannot be of God and of the world, of your culture, of your color, of your this, or of your that. And Esther is faking it. She sounds just like those Hispanics that be faking it. Oh, senor, sure, whatever you want. And then they steal from you. I ain't falling for that. I know better. And not all, but I know better. And there are some good Hispanics, there are some good black folks, there are some good white folks, there are some good Japanese, there are some good everything, but there are bad ones too. So, there you have it. And I do know how to say senor. You know, I was thinking about that call with Esther. And there's a tone in a voice, whether it's men or women, when they're not being honest. And Esther meant well. It's not a put down to Esther. But it's like, and I see it in a lot of Christians, people who are not quite being honest, they go like, Pastor Peterson, I love you, praise the Lord. You're just such a good man. And then they go into the other stuff. And it's not true. And then I think the niceness is supposed to weaken you so you don't stand up to the wrong part. I think that's what it is. It's like someone giving you something, and then when they want something from you, and you say no, then they use guilt. I did this for you, and I did this, and I did that, and now you won't do for me, and now you're supposed to do it. What a mess. This is why you have to die from the ego. Let me go to G. G. I think this is my G out of San Diego. G.
What's up, Jesse?
Hey, man. How you?
Man, I'm doing wonderful.
Ain't that something?
So
How's business?
Yeah.
How's business?
Business is booming.
Ain't that something?
Yep.
Si, senor.
Exactly. See, I was born in Brazil, but thank God my dad married a white woman, and I was able to become a citizen. And we
That's
say
funny.
to everyone, we say all the time, because Brazilians are real proud people, Hispanics are proud. But if you like your culture so much, go back.
That's
You know,
right.
Like when I first moved here, my dad told me I had 6 months to learn English, or he was going to send me back home.
Wow.
Yeah, and I love this country. I love them. I love America. I'm American, and we don't all these Brazilians and Hispanics want to hold on to their culture. We tell them just go home then if you like it so much.
That's a very good point.
Learn, just learn how to be American. We move here for a reason,
Yep. That is powerful. This is the greatest country. You came here for a reason. Why not become Americans?
Exactly. And also another point I wanted to make, it's like, most of my friends own businesses, and I own a business, and I'm growing my business. And I'm not trying to hire people just because we're from the same place or we have the same color.
Yep.
Or we want to hire people who want to build and want to work. Because, I heard Jarvis talking about how he wants to get the black people together and build. You're going to end up getting together with someone like Delaney, who's been writing a book for I don't know how long and never get anything done. Ever since he's been calling the show, he's writing a book. Well, where's the book? I want to get together with people who are going to put in work and they're going to get things done.
Yes.
I don't care what color you are. You just do the right thing, show up on time, and work hard, and respect the country, and the laws. And
and you're right about that. One of the worst things you can do in life is be into color. You want the character of the person. It's not about color; it's about the character. But I got an email from someone. I think it was an email, and they wanted to know, hey Jesse, you talk about G a lot. Why do you like G so much? What's so special about G? You just expressed it right now, and I hope they heard you.
Yeah, I came here when I was 15. I love this country. I respect the police. I pay taxes. I pay a lot of money in taxes.
Yeah.
And I pay registrations. I respect the law. I love the culture. If I love, another culture, I just go live there. What am I doing here then?
That's right. So Esther was talking about how hard Hispanics work. So Jarvis said, tell her I said, why don't they work hard to fix their country? And that's such a good point. If Hispanics are hard-working people, why come here? Why not just unite together and fix Mexico? Such a good point. I had never thought of that before. Their countries are all a mess, not just Mexico. Central and South America. I'm being told that too. So there you have it.